On these hot summer mornings, do you ever feel like Dolly Parton singing 9 to 5? Stumble out of bed, tumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition. And then as you do that, you're thinking, what in the world am I going to feed them today? Well, never fear, Jim is here. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes and easy learning. I'm Jim Hightower. Today, we're going to make homemade waffles. And it doesn't get much easier than that. Stir this, stir that, pour it in, and cook it in the waffle iron. And homemade waffles are so easy that it may have been so long since you've made them you forgot how easy it is. So here we go. Here are the ingredients. You'll need 2 eggs, slightly beaten, or you can beat the heck out of them if you want to. This is a little super whisk, which I find ironic. One of my favorite cooking channels, Mary's Nest, she raves about these. They're not very expensive. I got my wife some for her birthday, and she loves them too. There's the eggs. You'll need 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 cups of buttermilk, or 2 cups of sour milk. Now, if you've never done that, because a lot of people don't keep buttermilk in the house anymore, it's not 1950. So you get your measuring cup. Measure out 1 spoon of lemon juice, shake it up real good, put it in your measuring cup, and then fill the rest till you reach 2 cups of milk. Give it about 5 minutes. It'll start to kind of clabber or curdle, get kind of thick like buttermilk. And you'll need 1/2 teaspoon of salt, if I didn't mention that, 6 tablespoons of Crisco or white shortening, and then what I did was melt it in the microwave, let it cool off, and now it's ready. And pretty much it's just a dump recipe from here on out. You can mix all your dry ingredients in here and just put them in there. You can scrape your shortening out. And then have my Danish dough whisk. And I'll mix that into the eggs a little bit. And then here is my soured milk. And I'll be honest with you, mine didn't sour too much. So I don't know if my lemon juice wasn't too lemony or what, but I'll go ahead and pour all that in there. Stir slowly, because as you know, nobody wants wah in the kitchen. And this is a thin batter. Now, if you're grinding your own grain, you can certainly do that, and you can use just about any flour you want. In fact, I mixed 1 cup of cake flour, that's your soft white wheat, and then 1 cup of, what was it? I think it was spelt flour. But 2 cups of white flour will work perfectly. So, got that mixed. Alright, now you have your waffle iron, and you should have had that preheating while you were making your waffle batter. But if not, never fear. It just takes between 3 to 5 minutes to heat up. Most of them have a light here. Now, if you look, you may be able to see this, you may not. This has a red light. That just means power. It never turns off. But most waffle irons have a light that either lights up green that it's heated, or the light goes off that it's heated. Now, I take this and I spray a little non-cooking spray. It's just good, good practice. And here I have my batter with a ladle here, soup ladle, and you just kind of pour it in the middle here so that it doesn't end up going too much off the sides. Now my little Mickey ears, maybe too much. And one of my favorite things is making pecan waffles. So I'm putting pecans in here, and then you just want to close that and give it usually at least 2.5 minutes. The old wives' tale was when it stops steaming, it's ready. So we'll watch and see. We'll come back in just a minute. Also, you'll notice, and I don't know if this will show or not, we'll see, as it bakes, the lid will start to rise a little bit, and you'll see the yellow colored waffle in there. Now you can hear it sizzling lightly under there, and you can see steam here. And if I have to, I'll try to zoom this one in. I can see from the front here, the lid is lifting slightly. Now we'll see if the steam stops here in a minute and if that works or not. Now, I've seen it before, but have you? I'm drinking some of that ambition. Thank you, Dolly Parton. While this is cooking, something that you can do quite easily as a side for this, this is a bread that you have your carbs here for your children. Now, nuts can be somewhat of a protein or a fat, but if you want to cook some scrambled eggs, say you have 2 or 3 kids and you cook 2 or 3 scrambled eggs, just real quickly, put them in the pan, mix them up real fast, about medium-high heat. Once they start to cook, you just keep stirring. They'll be done in a minute or so. You can put a little bit on each side of the plate. You kids will love it. Don't forget to season it. You can season it before you cook it or after. But if you season it before you cook it and stir it up, then the flavor is all throughout your eggs. So write that one down. Okay, I don't see any more steam. And that looks nice. So, I take my fork, lift lightly, put my plate under there, and look how easy that came out. There's your Mickey. And I'm going to close that. There's your Mickey. Now, yes, I had spillage come around the edges, but guess what? I bet you or your kids will eat it. They will cook a little faster now that it's hot, and you can just keep on going. So, for example, I don't think you'd have to spray it again after the first one. But put a little more in those ears there. Then, I don't have many pecans left there, but do that around, and there it goes. We'll be back for the glamour shot in just a minute. And now it's time for that great taste test. I have my log cabin syrup. And who needs a knife when you've got something this tender and delicious and home cooked? No drippies. Mmm. How do you explain something so wonderful? Like so many other things, slightly crisp on the outside, tender on the inside, just delicious. And I know I say everything's delicious, but when it comes from me, it is. So, I hope you enjoy this. Have a great summer, and remember, anytime's a great time for waffles, and you can put any kind of mix-ins that you generally like. You can put pecans, walnuts, you could put dried fruit, fresh fruit, maybe even chocolate chips. Enjoy! If you like this recipe for homemade waffles, and they're easy to make and easy to cook, give them a thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends who like to cook or just want to learn how. Drop me a line in the comments below about your experience with this recipe and what else you'd like to see in the kitchen. Click the bell below the video for all notifications, and click the bell in the top right hand corner for all notifications when new videos come out. I'm Jim Hightower, and remember, everyone needs help, even me. Enjoy and be well. On these hot summer days, on these hot summer mornings, do you ever feel like Julia Child? Not Julia Child. Okay. On these hot summer mornings, do you ever feel like Dolly Parton singing 9 to 5? Stumble out of bed? No, that's not it either. Well, let's just stop that. Maybe you have made waffles before, and you flopper. My dadder. Click the bell below the video for all